Thank you.
All right, we're live on Facebook. Let me go live on, let me start recording on here. Let me unmute everyone. How come it keeps muting you guys?
No, that was me. I'm muting myself.
Okay. All right.
Thanks a lot, Darren. I definitely needed to be muted. I was over here talking.
Okay, we're live and we're recording. Can everyone still hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
You loud and clear. Reading you loud and clear.
So welcome back, everyone. In this video, we got some more special guests. We got Residual Ron. You guys remember Residual Ron from a bunch of my other videos. We got Chanel Johnson, who was recently on one of my videos that I posted like a week ago. And then we got Darren Bradbury, the CEO of Polaris Universal. This is like, I think, Darren's 5th time doing a live stream with us. So we're going to talk about some cryptocurrency, passive income kind of stuff, some blockchain kind of stuff. And this live stream should be on Facebook right now too. So let me see, make sure it's coming through on Facebook. Let me make sure the audio is coming through on Facebook. And one person already hit the like button. So yeah, it should be working. So I can check back on Facebook and see if anyone's like asking questions and stuff. All right, so let's start things off. Darren, I'm unmuting you. So basically, me and Chanel and Ron, we're gonna ask you some questions about your business and all that stuff. So Darren, could you start it off? Tell us like who you are, where you're from, and tell us about Polaris Universal and all the different things that are, I guess, like underneath the umbrella of Polaris.
Yeah, of course. Okay, so yeah, as it says, I'm Darren Bradbury. I am the CEO of Polaris Universal, one of the co-founders. We set it up just over a year ago now. Obviously, under the umbrella, we have My Passive Trades, we have the Eureka blockchain, we have
Motion detected at the trapdoor cam.
And the decentralized exchange. We have our own social media platform and a number of other projects that are just coming out of development over the next probably 2 to 3 months as well. Really, it's a crypto-based, a couple of fiat-based systems as well. For example, like the social media platform. However, they are all made to circulate around the cryptocurrency space in general.
All right. So let's start off just with the first one that's under the umbrella of Polaris Universal, which is probably the one that most people are familiar with, especially from my YouTube channel, is My Passive Trades, which is it's kind of like a hybrid of a rev share, but also a hybrid of a Forex trading and crypto trading company. Give us a rundown of what this is and how it works.
Yeah, okay, sure. So yeah, I mean, it's got all of the benefits of a rev share. Just it's got real figures. It's got real profits that are actually generated for it, and it's got a very, very sustainable plan. You essentially buy advertising packages, and then it's got a cashback rewards program on that, of which pays up to 1.25% daily, but it's been consistent and never changed from 1% daily. Packs expire at 125%. There's no need to surf. It's really about as passive as what you can get. As you know, we do regular webinars, go through, show trading activity, etc., etc. It's also backed though by all of the other business models under the Polaris umbrella. So in many ways, it is the cashback system of Polaris Universal, and My Passive Trades is its individual marketing name, trading name.
All right. So from what it seems like, because there's a lot of these rev shares and a lot of these passive income programs, but this one is backed by a lot more assets and has a lot more layers of sustainability.
Well, yeah, I mean, the average one, let's say, is backed by maybe majority of them are not backed by anything, as we know. Then you've got some that are backed by by one or two different things. My passive trades is essentially backed by the actual trading dollar to dollar within the system itself, which is sustainable. Additionally to that, though, it's backed by its own blockchain, its own social media platform, exchanges, both decentralized and centralized, and everything else that we're continuing on bringing forward as well.
All right. And so that's the first part, is my passive trades. People are always going to ask, is there a place where they can get like trade reports or see proof of trading? Where can people go to see that you guys are actually doing what you say you're doing?
Yeah, okay, right. So for the Forex side, obviously we're able to do that, and we can do shared accounts where people can come in and they can actually view inside the accounts. For cryptocurrency, it's something that it's really, really hard to do. Cryptocurrency exchanges are not as developed as Forex exchanges. They've not been around for as long. They haven't got they're not as big as, shall I say, as Forex platforms. They don't have a lot of the additional functions that Forex platforms do. To my knowledge, even with the biggest exchanges, there's no way that you can actually have like a viewable account, so to speak. We do live videos where we go through and we show inside the trading report trading activities, show all of the orders that have actually been taken, etc., as well as live analysis. And we do have the trading report as well that we do put out, which shows all different trades and things that have taken place. But in terms of actually being able to verify it, for security reasons, it is a real tough one, because I mean, we can't go out there and we can't give the login details for the accounts. That's not really going to work. So we do the absolute best that we can for transparency and actually going in, showing the trading is happening, the trading analysis, like I said, showing the buy orders, sell orders, and everything that we possibly can through the Telegram group. Follow the Telegram group, that also shows all of the trades as they're going on as well. We truly do everything that we can, but unfortunately we can only do what is physically possible and not ridiculously stupid. We will endeavor to try and do more on a Forex side based against crypto as well, because for that we can, like I said, we can use the shared accounts where you can log in just to view it, just to oversee everything. And I mean, we own our own exchange as well, so it's quite probable that, as we've just discussed it and I just thought about it, then perhaps we could add in shadow accounts into our own exchange would be a good idea, as clearly nobody else has it, and I'm sure we're not the only people struggling with it.
Gotcha. Yeah, so we'll talk about the exchange in a little bit, but I wanted to bring on Chanel or Ron and see if they had any questions, because Chanel and Ron, you guys have both been using my passive trades for a while. Did you guys have any questions or anything that you wanted to ask Darren?
Well, I would like to go in on the transparency. By the way, hi guys, how are you guys doing? Perfect. So again, going in on the transparency that you were just discussing, have you ever considered doing maybe like a summary
Motion detected at the front door cam.
report for the accounts that could be emailed to the users on our end, to where we could actually be able to physically see the trades that has happened or occurred for the day for my passive trades?
So you mean in terms of writing out a report and then sending that out to people?
Yeah, I'm just putting brainstorming, saying have we ever considered something like that for more transparency, or just to show the actual trades that took place during the day, whether they're winners or losers. I noticed a couple companies were doing that. I don't know how well it's working, but that was one of my questions there.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely, we can do that. It wouldn't be a problem. I mean, we do it through the Telegram, where we obviously put in there, and some of the ones that go through the Telegrams are losses. Obviously, as a trading, you're not going to win them all. And we do the same type of thing there, and we do that in real time as well. Emailing out a trading report, yeah, we can do it. The honest truth, though, is that I don't think it would be that effective, to be honest, in doing it, because it's just writing numbers on a piece of paper. It's not. We're trying to find a better solution where people can physically see it for themselves. I think that's what people really want, as opposed to just writing something on a piece of paper. You know, like anybody can write anything on a piece of paper. That's not really authentic, let's say. I'd prefer to do it, like I said, I'd prefer to try and do it in such a way that it was that users would be able to see it directly. Like what you just said, we pretty much do that through the Telegram group anyway. And my personal feeling has always been that where it's done through the Telegram group, that's done in real time. So you can actually check that, you can see it for yourself. It's not, I can't tell you what I did last week, for example, because if I see the market go up, I could easily write down that I did this and did this and I did this. But if we're actually committing to it and publicly saying what we're doing when we're doing it, it can go either way. You know, it can go up, it can go down, so you can actually trace that. It's got a bit more accountability and a bit more traceability to it, rather than to have it in a present format as opposed to having it in a post format, if that makes sense, and saying we did this, we did this. You can see it and you can track it in real time, and then you see sometimes there's more wins than losses, but there are losses in there as well. You know, every trading activity is going to come.
Absolutely, that definitely answers my question, and I love what you're doing with the Telegram group. I use it myself, so that's huge. Yeah, I don't have any other question other than that for now. Thank you.
Janelle, did you have any questions for Darren about My Passive Trades?
You know what? Actually, not really. I just need to get myself over there in the Telegram group.
All right. Well, Darren, can you tell us a little bit about? Tell us about Eureka. So Eureka is, and correct me if I'm wrong, but it is your own blockchain project. You guys have your own blockchain with Eureka, but then you also have the Eureka cryptocurrency exchange. Tell us about that. Is it up and running? Is it fully functional now?
Yeah, absolutely. So Eureka, we've got Eureka coin, of which is obviously the native coin of the Eureka blockchain. The Eureka blockchain is a fork of Quantum with about 500 pages of extra advancements put over the top of it. It's faster than Quantum. It's essentially more secure than Quantum. It's easier for projects to be built over the top of it. Of course, it's got the benefits of being proof of stake. And it's got the Ethereum virtual machine built into it, as well as the Bitcoin side of the blockchain built into it. It is a mixture of both blockchains put together. From our perspective, that puts it in a very, very strong position, because any advancement made by Ethereum, other than obviously going over to proof of stake, because we're already there, we can easily put into the Eureka blockchain. We could do a soft fork and easily bring it in. Equally, vice versa, Bitcoin blockchain is looking at bringing in Lightning Network, using that as an example. They bring in Lightning Network, it's all open source. We're able to easily integrate that into Eureka as well. So we are in a very strong position that we have the ability to take the best of both worlds. Eureka coin in itself, the blockchain, projects can build over it. So just like you've got ERC20 tokens for Ethereum, you can actually build ERK tokens over the top of the Eureka blockchain, which for usability, etc., is obviously a real strength for it. The further progression for the blockchain is to actually move it a step further. The development that's going on in the background now is to actually make it so that tokens built on the blockchain will be able to be proof of stake in themselves, in securing their own network, as well as additional coins as which would be side chains as well over the same blockchain, and all obviously using Eureka as the native currency, so the currency for transactions. Eureka coin in itself is a deflationary currency, so the opposite to the banks and even the opposite to Bitcoin and Ethereum. It's kind of jumping ahead a little bit of Bitcoin and Ethereum in the sense that Bitcoin and Ethereum both have, well, Ethereum, we have no idea how long that's actually got left. And Bitcoin's got, I think it's something like 120 odd years left before it's all in circulation. So with Eureka, it actually works backwards. We've got a total supply of 150 million, of which we've got quite a lot of them that are not allocated. So about 18 million are going to be burnt off this week. After that, from Polaris Universal, 50% of all the profits go to buy back and burn. So that actually burns coins out of circulation, as well as additional to that, 10% of all of every single transaction that happens on the blockchain, actually 10% of the transaction fee, should I say, is burnt out of circulation as well. So it has the potential to become very fast deflation as well, which, as we know, obviously has a very strong effect on value. The exact opposite of what happens with fiat money, let's say.
Yeah, that's why we're all here. The whole crypto space, really, I think it's the
Yeah, so I mean, that's the blockchain really kind of summed up. Technology-wise, it's amazingly high standard. The coin has kind of got everything in it that you would want for a store of value. At the same time, it's got the usability case. The blocks are fast, so the speed of it's fast as well. The scalability is proof of stake, which helps with scalability in itself. Anyway, it's, yeah, I think where it is now and where it's going to be further along the line is a massive difference.
Is there any companies you're working with where you're actually helping them tokenize and, you know, helping them transition into blockchain technology that you're allowed to tell us about right now?
Not really. Yes is the answer, we do. I can honestly say none of them are major companies, but they are probably around kind of the $1 million trademark. But we got NDA on all of them.
Okay.
On both sides, we got NDA, so I have to respect that.
Yep, of course. Now, in a previous live stream that you did in the Facebook group, I thought I heard someone mention something about a social network that you guys had launched. Yes. Can you tell us about that?
Okay, so we've got our own social media platform as well. It's called Chatterbox.io. It has all of the functions of Facebook, but it's much better. But we got live calls being added into it as well, audio calls being added into it. It quite literally has all of the features of Facebook without the censorship. You can add friends, you can build groups, you can grow pages, everything and anything. It is literally the user friendliness of Facebook that everybody loves. We looked through quite a few different social platforms and ideas and concepts. You know, but Facebook is the best one, you know, especially from a marketing aspect. That's not including YouTube, but in terms of an actual social platform for communication, we all use it on a day-to-day basis for chatting as well. So it's got all of those functions. It's got the apps for messengers, the apps for the actual site in itself. Additionally to that, we've actually got a referral program that is opening up, of which you can get 25,000 free tokens for every referral that you have that joins up. You do need to complete a KYC. However, I will say something for the KYC because everybody will know that I'm not a fan of KYC. The KYC, guys, is to ensure that people that are coming through are actually real users. It is not beneficial for anybody having a social media platform with 1 million fake accounts. It's not useful for you to promote to, and it's not useful for anybody else. So what we actually have set up, I hate KYC to be completely honest, but what I have set up is once it's gone through and it has been approved, it is actually deleted as well directly off of our servers. We do not hold anything. I mean, it's no use to me, and I don't want it, quite frankly. So it's just there to as a way to make sure people are real. But yeah, 25,000 tokens. 60% of all of the profits from Chatterbox are actually again go to a buyback and burn across onto that individual token. Obviously, the remaining 40% go towards the Polaris overall. And yeah, that's pretty much Chatterbox and how it works. Everybody knows how it is.
How many members does Chatterbox have at this point?
At this point, 65,000, 70,000 already.
Okay. And how many members does My Path to Trades have?
24,000.
Okay. Now we all know with My Path to Trades, there's an incentive to go and share it with people. You have an 8% on the first level and a 3% on the second. Is there any kind of affiliate opportunity or incentive for people to share Chatterbox?
Yeah, exactly. So the tokens are for referrals. Okay, where you don't actually have to complete KYC yourself. It's just the referrals that need to complete KYC, but maybe they're going to do that in order to do it themselves, etc., etc. So yeah, there's that.
Aside from the tokens, though, is there any kind of like upgrades that members can do to Chatterbox and things like that people can earn commissions off?
Yeah, so it's the actual package is going to start off at $15 a month. At the end of it, the plan is to put that to $25 a month at the end of the full promotion when we would reach 1.5 million users. And that will be the standard package. And for that, you get like 8 posts that you can have live at any time. Your page, you can actually boost and promote your page as well. And yeah, there's a 50% affiliate commissions on that.
Got it.
So that's why it is really important to build it, because really what we wanted to do is, like Facebook, for example, I've probably throughout my lifetime, I've probably spoke and told thousands of people about Facebook, and I certainly don't receive a check from them any time. For any types of commissions or anything like that. And so yeah, the idea with Chatterbox is obviously is to share out all of the profits as well. So 50% of it goes directly to the person who is the direct referrer of whoever has bought the package. The remaining, out of obviously the remaining 50%, 6% of that goes out to essentially all of the token holders in ensuring the price of the tokens as well.
Okay, I had another question about these tokens that you guys are using in Chatterbox and even your Eureka token. Are there any other exchanges that you can purchase these from?
Eureka, okay, Eureka, yes. Obviously for Chatterbox token, no, because we're just about to launch it. But for Eureka coin, yes, absolutely. It's already on P2P, B2B. It is already on Fat BTC, which are both generally in the top 5. We've also agreed with X Rates. It will be listed on X Rates. We have also agreed with LA Token. It will be listed on LA Token. We have Adobe Exchange. I've already agreed with them. And we've got 4 or 5 others that we're in constant Coinbeanie. We've actually, not me, but one of Tim is actually on a call with Coinbeanie because it's in his time frame in I think about 5 hours with their listing team and regarding, because a lot of the exchanges that we're talking to as well, we've got probably about 5 or 6 other kind of medium class exchanges that are interested in mutual listing as well. Leading on a little bit to Eureka X, and we can cover that in a minute, but because of the way that Eureka X works, it gives us quite a strong hand in talking to all of the exchanges, in the sense that we actually have something to offer them as well, as opposed to us just looking for a listing.
Gotcha.
We'll obviously discuss that when we talk about Eureka X, but yeah, the general concept, because we're able to offer them volume essentially, then they are more than happy to engage in conversation. I can say before we launched the exchange and that further on in the project, before we actually fully release the blockchain, etc., talking to exchanges, it's not an easy task to actually pierce through. But now we've got like we've literally got open connections with about 17, 18 exchanges at the minute.
Very nice, very nice. Hey, Chanel, Ron, did either of you have any questions for Darren about any of the stuff we're talking about?
Yeah, how much is the token worth?
$1 million easily. Some crazy people will sell it for less, but
I love it.
Currently, if I talk about the value of it, current and what I see, currently it's been sold on the exchanges for about $0.005. The reason for that is because when we launched the exchange as well, there was a token giveaway on the exchange, and in building up the user base of that. So a lot of those people are dumping it. It's completely normal. They got it for free. They're going to go and dump it. The first buyback and burn, I mean, we're looking quite forward to it because we're going to buy them quite at ridiculous pricing, and they can sell it at that price all day long to us. But yeah, the value of the token, the value of the coin, is, I mean, I'm not really allowed to say that it's gonna skyrocket, but it's a deflationary supply. You know, it's got demand from us. It's getting listed on numerous exchanges, which obviously builds its volume as well. Where it is now to where it's going to be, I think is minuscule, quite literally.
That was a great question, Chanel. That was actually one of my questions, but I do have another question. What is you might have already said it, but we've said so much. So what is the actual circulating supply? And then what is the algorithm, and is the coin for the Chatterbox and Eureka, are they mineable?
Okay, so the total supply of Eureka coin is 150 million. Circulating supply will be about 133, 132 by the end of the week, because obviously we're burning out all of those that weren't allocated prior. I mean, like 15 million are held by a charitable fund, of which will not be sold until much further on down the line. 15% held for a development fund. Obviously, something we did that kind of similar to like Neo and EOS, etc. So that when it kind of builds up to that level, you've got programmers want to start developing and upgrading and doing things like that. We've got something to incentives for them. So that's 30 million, 20 million for the development team. I mean, like there's only like 83 million outside of us, and we're certainly not stupid enough to be selling it where it is now. Like, so yeah, it's that'll be 83 million. So to answer the question, 133 million will be the circulating supply. Chatterbox token is built on the Eureka blockchain, so it is an ERK token. Yeah, what was the other question?
Oh, yes. Sorry about that, Darren. My last question was, were either of the two mineable? Are they mineable?
No, absolutely not. Both of them are starting off with a fixed supply. For ERK, we pre-mined like 149 million of it. The whole point of them is to be deflationary. If you have it mineable, then you are essentially doing the exact opposite. You are bringing more into circulation. So the block reward is proof of stake. The block reward is obviously rather small, but it's based on it being more of a store of value. And in doing the staking, obviously you're essentially just holding it anyway. The idea is that you should be able to hold on to currency, whatever currency it be, whatever it is. And it's our opinion is that you should be able to hold on to it, and it should gain in value through time, not do the opposite and constantly need to keep earning just to keep yourself leveled off.
Okay, I understand now. I didn't hear that there was proof of stake. So
yeah, it's proof of stake. The entire blockchain is proof of stake.
So when you say proof of stake, but you're not going to be using like a master node type of proof of staking.
No, we don't have any master nodes. We don't need any master nodes. I believe in decentralization. So everybody just has standard nodes. All of the nodes are standard nodes. Even the master nodes that we actually set up, which is the core part are just standard nodes.
Am I missing something? So how are the new tokens generated?
The new coins that are obviously created are generated via the central nodes, but they are just nodes. They are not master nodes. We do not hold any master nodes through it in general. The new coins that are generated on obviously every block, but it's a very low amount. So the idea is that for the 1 million, it will actually take something like 35 years for them to come into existence. And obviously we intend on actually burning off more than, especially in the early days, we will be burning off more than 1 million in a month. So the 10% that burns out of transaction fee outweighs what would be going out in the staking reward. So the idea really is that for the nodes, the nodes would be staking, securing the blockchain, but it's more hodlers securing kind of as a helping the community, and obviously earning through it as well, opposed to it being, if something's being inflated by 10% every month, you need to earn 10% before you're actually in any profit. Yeah, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense.
So this is doing it in the exact reverse way. Like you are earning something additional, so like a level of interest, you could call it. But at the same time, what you're actually holding, your base kind of fund, is actually rising as well. That's actually gaining in value too.
Wow. So did you guys like build out your own wallets, or did you use like a QT wallet template or something like that?
Okay, so the core wallet obviously is, when we forked it, we did take Quantum's wallet, yeah, but we completely revamped it, put in our own security levels as well, and that's the core wallet, and that's where the staking takes place from as well. But we did also go ahead and we made Eureka Lite, which is our version of MetaMask. Developed that as well, so that's a Chrome extension too. Yeah, and so that's obviously the two core wallets that you need, so to speak. We are also in discussions, and we're trying to push forward for like Tracer and other offline wallets as well, so that to actually get the blockchain listed on there. Those conversations are going really well, really positive. It's just a matter of really providing them the information. They want as many blockchains, shall I say, to list on there, because if any tokens on our blockchain or any other blockchain for that matter that go on there, that's where they make their money from the fees. Yeah.
Okay.
Chanel says she's got to go pick up her baby. So thanks for joining on, Chanel. We'll get in touch with you later.
All right, and I'll finish watching the video when I get back. I'll see you guys later. Thanks for having
Nice to meet you too, Chanel. Thank you.
And Jenna, we got some questions coming in on the live stream.
Okay, good.
The question is, someone asked, what is the exact Chatterbox website again?
Absolutely.
chatterbox.io.
Okay, we'll leave a link for that in the description of this YouTube video as well. And then we had another question on here. It says, at this point, without ERK, how long can my passive trades stay on?
Without ERK, so not including ERK, not including any of the business models in their own right, then the requirement is only 10% per month. So we've achieved that on an average across the last year quite comfortably. I see no reason why just that in its own can't. I mean, we built a reserve just off of doing that. Remember, the position that we are in today is that we have all of the funds, plus we have a reserve. Chatterbox, really, we're only launching it now. The exchange, we only launched 2-3 weeks ago. Eureka blockchain, we have not taken any profit from that ourselves, because we want to build that up. We've got a longer term vision for that. So the answer is that we've built it to the status that it is without those systems. And we're in a position where we've got dollar to dollar, where we've got a reserve as well. So Yeah, the answer is I think it's highly sustainable in its own right, and I don't see any reason for that to change.
All right. All right, that was all of the questions I had at this point. I'm gonna see if there might be a few more coming in on here on the Facebook Live. Ron, was there anything else you wanted to ask?
No, sir. Everything's good.
Cool. Well, okay, yeah, there's no more coming in on the live right now. So, if no one has any more questions, I guess we'll end the meeting and we'll re-upload this to YouTube and all that stuff, and we'll have a link in the description of the video to the Facebook group and the Telegram and Chatterbox and Eureka exchange and all that stuff. So
a little bit of everything, yeah. We got a lot more for development in the background too. Obviously, the team grows, so we won't be stopping. We won't be stopping.
Always good to hear, man. Love it.
All right.
Okay, yeah, but guys, if you ain't got any more questions, and as always, if people want it, they can come across. They can watch our lives. I do Q&As. They can question me anytime.
Cool. Thank you so much for taking time out of your day to come on here and chat with us. Always a pleasure. Thank you, Ron.
You never actually congratulated yourself either.
What? Oh, yeah. Recently, we got 1,000 direct signups from my marketing on here. So we're growing. Lots of duplications. Everything's.
I got 256. I got a quarter.
Yeah, there we go. There we go. 250 is something to be proud of too. You know, it's it's a good start. I think you'll be considerably higher than that next year, though. Yeah,
absolutely. Huge start.
We do actually have another question coming in. Someone asked, Darren, how old are you?
I'm only 21. I'm 30.
Darren's 30. All right, I'm 35, going on 18. You know how we do. And then we got some feedback. Divan says, always nice to hear your lives, and thank you for the transparency. Sheik says, take care, guys. We got some other people on here, people saying thank you. But all right, cool. So yeah, I guess I'll cut the live stream now. And another person says, thank you to Darren. Phil Hines, South Africa. But all right, I'm gonna cut it. Thank you guys. I'll be in touch.
Right, thank you, buddy. Look after yourselves, and I'll speak to you all soon. All right.
You guys.
See ya.